Colorado College is proud to honor the recipients of the 2022 Alumni Association Awards. Each of these awards is named for a person who made significant contributions to the college during their time at CC. This year's awardees, recognized at Homecoming and Family Weekend Convocation, join a distinguished group of outstanding alumni. The Louis T. BENEZET Award recognizes outstanding achievement in one's chosen field, excellence through unusual success or contribution, innovation or research that has advanced a profession or a cause, and/or extraordinary contributions and achievements that have impacted people's lives and exemplify the values of a liberal arts education. These attributes characterize the important contributions of the late Louis T. BENEZET, President of Colorado College from 1955 to 1963. The 2022 recipient of the Louis T. BENEZET Award is David Helms, class of 1965. David's Colorado College experience was shaped by relationships with faculty, staff, and friends, many of whom influenced his life both during and after college. These included Doug Mertz, his freshman advisor, whose appreciation of the law and the role of lawyers inspired David's pursuit of a career in law. Professor Glenn Brooks, whose passion about the political process influenced David's decision to major in political science, and who, while concerned about the Vietnam War's escalation, encouraged David's military service there. Professor Fred Sonderman, whose international relations courses and involvement in local politics shaped David's understanding of the political science field. Professor Al Johnson, the debate coach who taught David to analyze evidence and present policy positions in a compelling way. And Professor Glenn Gray, whose book, The Warriors: Reflections of Men in Battle, resonated with David's experience as an Army intelligence officer. David has long been a leader in the development of health policy and health services research, with a focus on advancing evidence-based decision-making to improve health and healthcare services. He received his PhD in economics and public administration from the Maxwell School at Syracuse University in 1979. At CC, David was senior class president. After graduation, he served as an admissions counselor and has been active in the alumni community. In 2008, he returned to CC to teach a course on health reform. In 2016, 50 years after David's Vietnam service, he experienced the country in a new way as part of a Colorado College study tour led by CC staff. The Lloyd E. Warner Award recognizes outstanding loyalty, service, and generosity to the college as evidenced by continuing concern and support for students and the quality of teaching and learning, as well as the general well-being and future excellence of the institution. These attributes characterize the many years of service and effective contributions of Lloyd E. Warner, class of 1942, who served as a faculty member, dean, and ultimately president of Colorado College from 1964 to 1981. The 2022 recipient of the Lloyd E. Warner Award is Ian Griffiths, class of 1985. For Ian, CC has been a lifelong ecosystem of learning, mentorship, friendships, business, and adventure. He was influenced early in his CC experience by Professor David Brower, who opened Ian's eyes to seeing the environment as a resource that we can deplete for short-term profit or manage for long-term sustainability. Those values, along with lessons learned from backpacking adventures on block breaks, stayed with Ian and motivated his work on land conservation projects. Ian is now the co-founder and co-CEO of Griffiths Residential, a Denver-based apartment investment fund manager and property operator. He is also a founding board member of Griffiths Gives, a nonprofit formed to address personal distress and the contributing causes to homelessness. Ian benefited from many mentors and business partners in the CC community, including former CC business manager David Lord, college roommate Buck Blessing, class of 1985, who was Ian's partner on CC's East Campus expansion project, David Birnbaum, class of 1983, co-founder and co-CEO of Griffiths Residential, Andy Stenovec, class of 1985, longtime business partner and current CC trustee, and many more. A former Colorado College trustee, Ian believes the small classes and block system at CC encourage healthy debate and respect for different points of view. He appreciates that open-mindedness, diversity of thought, willingness to listen, and sometimes a change of view remain core values for CC and its students today. Ian and his wife Susan have been longtime and generous supporters of Colorado College, establishing the Griffiths Journalist in Residence program and making an impact for CC students and our campus in myriad other ways. In 2015, an investment partnership led by Ian gifted water rights beneath an 807-acre parcel of land to the college. The Gresham Riley Award recognizes faculty and staff who have made a significant difference to the Colorado College community through outstanding service, commitment, and accomplishment. The continuing concern for and support of students and alumni demonstrated by such individuals ensures the general well-being and future excellence of the college. These accomplishments exemplify the important contributions made by Gresham Riley, the 10th president of Colorado College from 1981 to 1992. The 2022 Gresham Riley Award is presented in memoriam to Brian Young. Brian served as CC's Vice President for Information Technology and Chief Technology Officer from 2013 until his death in 2021. He led the college's COVID-19 response, including serving as a liaison to El Paso County Public Health, and served as interim vice president for advancement. Jeff Keller, chair of the CC Board of Trustees, said, "Brian was a strong and compassionate leader who dedicated himself to students, staff, faculty, and the success of Colorado College. He was devoted to human-centered problem solving, going above and beyond while always caring for those around him. He set an amazing example for us all." In 2021, Brian and other members of CC's COVID-19 leadership team received the Glenn Brooks Award for Courage and Innovation. The Brian Young Community Service Award was introduced in 2022 to recognize campus community members who demonstrate a continued pattern of voluntary service to the college exceeding their job duties, as Brian did. Brian's partner, Heather Kissick, says Brian was selfless, caring, and compassionate, always prioritizing the needs of others, going the extra mile to make a positive difference, and seeking to address situations in the most fair and humanistic way possible. Brian's sister, Amy Mitchell, shared that he was beloved by family and friends throughout his life for his confidence, patience, and empathy for others, and that his devotion and pride for his nieces and nephew were unmatched. The Spirit of Adventure Award recognizes an alumnus or alumna who exemplifies the unique CC experience through a life of intellectual, social, or physical adventure. These attributes are characterized by the late Robert M. Orms, 26, a Colorado College English professor from 1952 to 1973 who was the inaugural award recipient. The 2022 Spirit of Adventure awardees are Ted Coons, class of 1951, and Sheldon Kerr, class of 2007. Ted grew up in the town of Texahoma on the Texas-Oklahoma border. His mother, who produced plays and song and dance shows, wanted him to become a Hollywood movie star, but he chose college instead, beginning at the University of Oklahoma as a music major, but transferring to CC after attending a 1948 summer session that featured well-known composers and musicians. At CC, he worked with Professor David Krahenbuhl, studying the effects of music on the brain and listeners' feelings. The two went on to co-author pioneering articles on the subject. After CC, Ted served in the Air Force, then followed Krahenbuhl to Yale, enrolling as a graduate student and switching his focus to psychology. After earning a PhD in neuroscience, Ted began a long and esteemed tenure at New York University, where he remains a professor of psychology and neural science. In 2019, Ted made an estate provision to CC to establish the Edgar E. Coons Jr., class of 1951, Director of Academic Engagement in the Arts Fund at Colorado College. He has continued to nurture his interest in the performing and visual arts, most recently serving as executive producer of the 2019 psychological thriller Impossible Monsters, about an academic sleep study that goes awry. Sheldon Kerr chose to attend CC because she wanted to go to a school where the students were as committed to the academics as they were to the outdoors. She fondly remembers the Rit Kellogg Memorial Fund grants she received as a CC student, which gave her transformational opportunities to prepare and execute mountain expeditions. These experiences provided Sheldon with valuable skills that transferred to many aspects of her life. The people Sheldon met at CC remain some of her closest friends, and she says, "We're doctors, school principals, nurse practitioners, graphic designers, artists, and mountain guides." Sheldon majored in feminist and gender studies at CC. In 2020, she became the 13th American woman to earn an American Mountain Guide certification, the highest level of credential attainable for a professional mountain guide, with less than 200 other guides working in the U.S. with this elite credential. Throughout her career, Sheldon has been a tireless advocate for gender equity in the career of mountain guiding. She and her company, Moxie Mountain Guides, focus on programs that target justice, inclusion, and funding for the underrepresented in the outdoors. Sheldon's accomplishments and leadership have been recognized by many respected outdoor organizations and magazines. Thank you for joining Colorado College in the celebration and recognition of these extraordinary members of the CC community.